So the developers for Civ 7 just dropped their biggest patch yet. Now, we could bore you by going through all of the patch notes and taking a look at all the minor details, or we could just actually get into a game and play one. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to take Isabella, who has been reworked in this most recent patch, and we're going to be playing her the new style that she's going to be having. So let's get into it and take a look at some of the changes that they've made. So there's a lot of big changes in the game setup. So you can go beyond deity difficulty. When I say beyond, it doesn't necessarily mean harder than deity. It just means that you can choose what you want. If you want a opponent who's very good on the city building side, but not so good on the combat side, then you can do that. It allows you a lot of customization. But today, we're not going to be doing that. Instead, what we're going to be doing is just playing a standard deity game. One of the other big changes that they've made is they've also increased the map size so that now we can go beyond standard and large to have a huge map, which means that we've got 10 players. The plan is eventually they'll have 12 players in here that you can have in your game, but today we're just going to be playing with 10. On top of that, you can now pick and choose which legacy paths you have available in your game. We've disabled every single legacy path except for Silk Roads and Treasure Fleets. And the reason why is because I don't like the other ones because it feels like I'm on a rail. I feel like I have to play religion. I have to build world wonders. I have to get those codexes, and maybe I don't want to. Maybe I want to play differently. By having Treasure Fleets and Silk Roads, it means that we still get the Golden Age points so that we can have our cities in the next era, but that's all. That's the whole goal, is just that you retain your cities. And that way, you're playing what feels a little bit more like a Civ game rather than something different. And there are parts of Civ 7 that I like, parts that I don't, and that's one of the things that I don't. Now, of course, we've still got all of our victory conditions still enabled. Let's get back over to our general options and talk a little bit more about the other changes that they've made. On top of those changes, they've also got a change to initial independent hostility. So I always found on deity difficulty that it felt like every single independent just spawned as a hostile independent. However, that was the default difficulty. But now if you actually want to make them always hostile, you can. But for us in this game, we're just going to go with a nice friendly game. On top of that, no matter what civilization we want to go for in the next era, we're going to be able to do that because we've bypassed the civilization unlocks, and it just means that we're going to be able to always pick the Abbasids even if we don't have those 3 camels. So that doesn't necessarily mean we'll always pick the Abbasids, but we've got the option to now, which is great. On top of that, you've also got the ability to turn off different crises. So here, as an example, we can turn off the Plague Crisis and the Revolt Crisis, and now we've only got to deal with the Invasion, which is by far the best Antiquity Crisis, in my opinion. So that's exactly what I've done. I've left all the exploration ones on, and that's how we're doing this game. Now, on top of that, they've also made changes to the loading screen. I'm going to go ahead and mute it right here. And the reason why is because they've also got more Gwendolyn Christie. She now actually speaks a lot more than just one sentence. If I unmute this right now, she's still going. She's still going. She's still going. Anyway, as you'll see, there's a whole bunch of pagination that's happened. Basically, they've made lots of pages in here, which is great. Still a little bit of work on the UI side. You know, I shouldn't have to scroll this just to see the bottom here, but you guys get the idea. Anyway, Gwendolyn Christie stopped. We're going to begin the game. Let's get to it because we have got our side. It looks like Vinny Kunka. Is that how it's pronounced? Yeah, Vinny Kunka. And I'm going to go ahead and save the game if you want to play ahead or play along with me. And that'll be over on the Discord. Make sure you check out the link in the description. And let's get to it because we got ourselves a bit of a weird start here. Now, we're going to... I think we move closer to the natural wonder so that we can do that. We do deny ourselves a tile that way. It kind of hurts us a little bit, but look, we'll play into it. We'll get with it. Let's talk a little bit about how they've changed Isabella. So we're going to move our scout. I think we're on the desert here, so this is going towards the south. Yeah, we want to go down towards the plains because that's going to take us towards the middle of the map. And it looks like we could be on the edge of the map. Now, keep in mind, this is Pangaea that we're playing on. This is a big continent with 10 players on it and a whole bunch of city-states. So let's get to it. For our opening technology, which way are we going here? I'm thinking that we probably... Do we have enough for rough? We've got 1, 2, 3 rough tiles. I don't think it really matters, to be honest. I'm almost tempted to go sailing or something, but let's just go into animal husbandry and head down towards our monument. That's probably going to be the best bet here. And when it comes to how they've changed Isabella, let me explain. Let me take a second just to talk about it. So previously, when you had Isabella, excuse me, I'm just going to need to have a little bit of a drink here. So previously when you had Isabella, the whole idea was that if you got an absolutely cracked wonder in the early games, that was pretty much it, right? Like there was no way that you could really go wrong with her. and that was because she got a very high bonus on the yield of the... Oh, we'll definitely take the culture here. That was because you got a very high bonus on the yield of those wonders. So basically what they've done is they've worked it down so that you don't get that same bonus. So everybody else would just be getting the 2 production, the 2 science, the 2 happiness, the 2 gold, whereas we get an extra one now. So it's only a 50% bonus. But the good news is that every single natural wonder in your empire increases that by 50%. So it means that if we go and settle another natural wonder, that all of the tiles back here are subsequently going to be improved. So basically what that means is your start is going to be a little bit slower, but oh, there we go. But it means that your tempo will be stronger and your goal is different. Your goal is now just to settle a whole bunch of natural wonders. And that's essentially what we're going to be doing. We're going to try and hunt for every natural wonder that we can on this map. It's a bit of a weird one here. I don't know exactly what's going on here. Do we take the culture? I think we take the culture just because we've already got plenty of science and production here. And I think for our opening here, we'll probably look to go into Ecclesia just because it's that extra initial befriending that we get. So we're playing Greece here, and we want to try and get as much as we can in the way of friendships. So let's move that scout down. Classical Republic's definitely going to make the most sense because we've got quite a bit of production and a lot of science. So our main focus now is not just on finding natural wonders like it previously was, because remember, you used to get gold for every natural wonder that you found, and that was great, but now you're going to be getting that bonus for any natural wonders that you settle. So it makes me think that there's a chance we're just going to want to settle the most ridiculous cities, because at the end of the day, if we can settle like a crazy good, or not even a crazy good city, if we can just settle a natural wonder, then that's going to mean that we've got value coming from that. Do we go granary here? How are we building this out? So we could do our library out here. This is an awkward. This is very awkward. I think we just go library here. There's a part of me that thinks maybe we don't even take these because we want to try and get that culture. This is a bit of a weird start. Well, I think we'll go for do we go for a granary? We've already got the production coming from the natural wonder. Actually, that kind of makes sense. Let's do that. So where are we putting this granary? I guess we could put it down towards here. We don't really have any other options, do we? It's a bit of a strange little city that we've got. Definitely not going to be playing standard with this one. We don't have a whole lot of space in the capital. So yeah, that's it. So I guess another thing to note is that because of that, having a lot more scouts makes a lot of sense, as is, oh my God, Mount Everest. Oh, that could be incredible. Oh, this is, okay, so we settle Mount Everest. We need to settle Mount Everest right now. Now, Mount Everest also shows us all on the mini-map. Does it reveal other natural wonders? It would if it's only showed us that much. So I think that means that there's no other mountainous natural wonders. Is there really no other mountains on this map? There's just only mountains towards the south. If there's a Pachacuti, it's going to be around here. I can tell you that much. But this is a pretty nice find. So we can get our second settlement down here. We can look to try and take advantage of that. I think we might move this scout. Maybe let's come up around this top side and look to scout. But I think we're definitely on the edge of the continent when it comes to the continental divide. Not continental divide, but you get the idea. Now, we've got a lot of production in this capital. That's another thing to note, but we don't really have a whole lot of space. So maybe what we could do, I'm just thinking, when it comes to our fishing key, we probably want to build it on the outside. We'll need to scout this out a little bit more. And we have met our very first leader for today. It's going to be Simone Bolivar. So we'll give him a friendly greeting. Now, we are playing Greece, so we do have that higher rate of influence coming through. And we are going to be settling this most certainly. It looks like he could be in the region for it as well. Now, one of the other big changes that I haven't mentioned yet that's quite important, I'm sure you'll know what I'm going to do. Yes, I'm going to pat the dog. What a good boy. What a good boy. I didn't even realize I had spiky little collars like that. You can see we can now pat the dog. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. And we're going to scout this out. It looks like we could probably get another settlement in here. Though there's a part of me that thinks maybe we should just be going after natural wonders and natural wonders alone. Like, is that the play here? By the way, I think we're going to lose that goody hut. So let's not go down there. And we've met somebody else. It's going to be Confucius. So quite a few people here. Now, keep in mind, obviously, we're on one continent here. There's 10 people that are going to be spawning in here. So we probably don't want to be befriending them all. He's quite close. I say quite close. He's not that close. He's pretty far. And we've met another person. Okay, Amina. We're in the desert, so I think Amina's just not going to like us anyway. And there you can see we've got one of these city-states that's typically going to be hostile with you. And for us, it's not the case. Maybe we just go friendly. I think we just go friendly. I think it's so likely she's just going to go to war with us, especially towards the end of antiquity. We'll try and see what we can... Maybe we can build up a friendship there. Maybe we can build up a friendship. Okay, so we've got our granary down in the south part of the map. 4 turns until we grow. So still a bit of time here. I think we just go ahead and drop the saw pit. We've got high production in this capital. It's a little bit slow to get out of the gate, though, when it comes to the actual amount of food that we've got. That's one of the big troubles, because you can see we're at turn 15 here, and we're still not even close to having that 5 population yet. So let's keep moving up, keep exploring. So we've met Amina. Ideally, we want to try and find exactly where these guys are living, just so that we can actually... let's do that one. Oh, we just missed out on those 3 tiles. We can come through and have a look. But yeah, I think it's quite important as Isabella now to really get out a lot of scouts. And we've met another person. You can see there is plenty of people out here. We can actually see a little bit of Simon Boulevard's land here. Hello, Napoleon. I think that's probably the last friendly that we do. Oh, there's a part of me that hates the idea. Maybe we just be friendly to everybody. Because we are, at the end of the day, we're going to be settling... And we're going to be settling Mount Everest. We're going to have a lot of influence. It's going to be... How do I say? It's not going to be upfront. It's going to take a little bit of time for us to get this influence out. There's a lot of city-states that we want to befriend as well. That is not the right way. That's the right way. So we could go for something like this. I think this kind of makes sense, right? Like if we think about it from a production perspective, we're really not that high, actually. We're only on 14. So let's go ahead. We'll purchase our settler. And we'll also now train a settler. It's going to take 5 turns. Maybe we actually, yeah, you know what? We're going to take this because it's going to give us culture as well. So let's go ahead and do that. So we get extra 2 culture from this. So this is a really good tile. We could have taken one of the natural wonder tiles, and I think we'll do that next. But for the moment, that's a beautiful tile. Gives us that extra food that we really need. That's going to give us, that's a 50% increase in food. So definitely the right call, I think, in that situation. So we'll continue coming down south. The goal here is that we're going to look to settle this position. So I think that right there is going to be the tile. We've got, this is a crazy good city though. We've got the kale in here, we've got rice, double rice, and we've got this down here. I don't actually know whether or not we'll get all of these, but if we take a look here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. It's in the middle of both of them. It's in the middle of both of them. Which naturally means they're both going to get upset at us. Which is okay. It just means we're going to have to try and befriend them. I think we can actually befriend them because we're going to have Ecclesia, I think it's pronounced. Oh, no, it's Xenia. We'll have Xenia through soon. And Xenia is going to allow us to befriend them at a much more affordable rate. And subsequently, we will be in a good position. So our main goal here is just to try and find more natural wonders. And then just to settle them. So we'll look to set up a nice little base around here. To be honest, there's not really that many nice cities. Like, we've got one over here that we could possibly do. Maybe another one up towards the north here. We do have the flax, which is lovely. But it's not really... It's not screaming to me about how amazing it is. And there we go. Oh, wow. Oh, because she's forward settled. And so naturally, they've come for her. So let's put in Xenia. And now we should be able to befriend. 114. So next turn, we'll be able to do the next one as well. So we're not going to settle right now. So when it comes to monuments, that's going to be our monument right there. We don't actually have to turn this into a city, at least not yet. So we're not going to settle now. It'll be next turn. And that's on fresh water as well. Wonderful. So we could go into Agogo here. Agogi. Or we could go mysticism. I want to go mysticism because there's a new pantheon that they've added. And I think it's going to be quite important for us to get. On top of that, we could also go for a monument here. Do we purchase the monument? Monument's 360, so we're not going to do that. And we will have culture coming through soon. That's going to give us everything that we need here. So where else are we going to be settling? Maybe we move this settler into the middle of the map just in anticipation of finding another natural wonder. Let's do that. And then we'll grab another settler. And then after that, then we can do the monument. I think that makes the most sense. We're unfortunately going to have to build around here just because at the end of the day, it's just going to be necessary for us to do that. So we will make sure that we take advantage of it. And we're just going to continue scouting the rest of the map. So I think this guy just goes over here somewhere. We'll come back to him later. Hopefully he finds a natural wonder. Up here, we'll look to try and find anything that we can settle. That's going to be the primary goal. Beautiful little spot there. The double mangoes is lovely. Okay, so now we want to befriend this city-state. Now that we're befriending them, when we settle here, it means that we are now not going to upset them. We can take this. Oh, and now all of a sudden, we've got ourselves some tiles. Okay, so now we're kind of back to the baseline, right? Like this was Isabella before, and now this is where we're sitting. Now, keep in mind, this is like before Patron Real as well, which got changed. That used to also give you bonuses. That was where you could get like ridiculous bonuses, but now we're kind of back to baseline. The next world wonder or natural wonder that we find will push these up even further, and that is just ridiculous. Like, have a look at that. Isabella, she's looking good. She's feeling good. That is amazing. All right, where do we go from here? I think realistically, like, we've got very nice yields, great production in the capital. This is a good start that we've got. From here, I think we could probably look to go into sailing. We've got science already. Irrigation could be good as well for the extra little bit of, limit. That's what we'd be looking for. Sorry, it's been a while since I played Civ. You'll have to forgive me. I've been a little bit sick. I'm sure you might still hear that in my voice. So, yes, I'll be aiming to have a bit more Civ content coming out over the next couple of weeks. Obviously, the new patch has just dropped, and it's always exciting when a new patch drops because the game's going to feel quite a bit different. But yeah, unfortunately, with the last patch dropping, it was my intent to have more content come out, but I just got sick at the same time, and it was just really bad timing. Well, it looks like we've got our first agreement of today. It's taken a while to get an agreement in. Now, I think we try and scout this out, because this is quite nice in here. We could get a nice Mundo Perdito in here. Now, we could also do a Mundo Perdito over here, but the trouble with a Mundo Perdito over here is this is not going to be a high production town, because the whole idea with this town is you settle Mount Everest, and you just take all 4 of the tiles, and you pretty much don't take anything else, right? Like, we didn't take the kaolin, we're not taking any food whatsoever, so it's going to be slow to grow. And because of that, I think there's less incentive to do that. So maybe instead of what we do is we grab another settler after that. How much is our next settler going to cost us? 360. We could just look to buy it. We're at 22. Let's buy it. We'll buy the next settler. I think that makes the most sense. Oh, this guy was the guy. He's just going to go across the map like that. There's our next settler. So we haven't sent one north yet. Let's bring this guy over. What is going on here? Why is it? There's a unit blocking. That's why. There's a unit blocking. So we got an idea of rough. Oh yeah, this is a beautiful little spot. Like, this is a great spot. Oh, with the exception of that volcano. That volcano makes it a bit awkward. I'll say that right now. We've got that scout has moved, so we can now come through. We could actually just look to settle this right now. Let's see if we... Oh my god, there's more. Is that a triple mango? Oh, baby, a triple. That's a lot of mango. So we'll come through here, and we'll look to settle on this spot. We'll get 1 mango, and then come out for 2, 3. Oh my god, look at this. I didn't even realize. Hold on. Because we could settle out over here instead. And that's such a better settle. This is a much better settle. The only trouble is you're dodging volcanoes. 1, 2, 3 volcanoes. So there's no real... Like, you're just going to be constantly hit out here. That's the only trouble with that settle. Definitely something to consider. All right, we'll take our next tile, grab ourselves a bit more production. We'll take the 20% culture. I don't think... Oh, this is new as well. They've added that nice little thing around there for changing your social policies. So we'll go ahead. We'll grab the extra culture. And it's a very strong start here for Isabella. I think it's a lot less RNG based now. And I think that's one of the good things. Another thing to note is, like, with the change to food, she's become a lot more of a less RNG dependent leader, because in the past it was very much about, okay, am I going to get a good natural wonder at the start? And if I do, I win, and if I don't, then I lose. Whereas now it's just like, well, food is actually pretty good, and there's a lot of food natural wonders, so that means that she improves. Now this is an interesting settlement. We might actually want to come up and grab that. Let's go ahead and purchase. It's at 440 now. We'll be able to purchase in 2 turns. So do we settle here? If we settle here, fishing key. Oh, that's an ugly settle though, isn't it? They're going to deny, or they could deny these 3 tiles, but do we really care about these tiles? Not really. Like, we could go back here and then just build around like that. It's not the prettiest settle. But I think it's important to have a blocker up there. All right, let's move you through. Was that the tile that we wanted? I think it was. We could go here as well. 1, 2, 3, but it takes a bit to get around. Maybe we don't want to actually purchase. Oof. Let's go for a settler. We'll do a settler after the monument. I think that works. Because we want to turn this into a city, don't we? Alright, let's send you. Now, this is going to upset our friend down here. I'm still not sure on this settlement location. This is a bit of an awkward... Oh, get out of it. It's a bit of an awkward settle location. I don't know where to go exactly. It's something in here. Because the problem here is that you've just got way too much. I guess the alternative, we could settle here and then just build backwards. Let's do that. Let's settle... It's not natural. It's not water, is it? Yeah, you'd have to go here, library, and then around like that. Which is fine. You're only getting hit on the one tile. You're only getting hit on the one tile. Let's do that. All right. It's going to take a bit of work, but we'll get there. Okay, so we've got our second tile now being worked here. We'll move into writing. And we'll just hold with the settler for the moment. And now we'll bring that down. We're getting closer. Oh, this is getting annoying. There's a lot of... Oh, not a whole lot of room to move in here. We're going to a go-go. And now we can choose our Pantheon. Now, of course, our Pantheon's a little bit delayed. You can see quite a few of them have already been taken. But one that I want you to... Or a couple that I want you to have a look at. We've got God of Revelry. +1 happiness on resources in settlement with an altar. So if we built an altar in here, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potential happiness that we could be getting from that. So this is going to be a really powerful bonus that we'll be picking up on Ashoka, I suspect. And then you've also got Trickster God, 25% influence towards endeavors and sanctions with an altar in the capital. So the other interesting thing to note is that with both of these new ones, they can be chosen by multiple civilizations. So we're going to go ahead and choose Trickster God. And the reason why that is powerful is because with larger games, you're going to have more players contesting pantheons. So if more of them are taking a pantheon that is a shared pantheon, then it's going to mean that there's just a little bit less competition, right? And that's a good thing. You want that, especially if you've got these larger, bigger games. You don't want to get to picking your pantheon and all of a sudden there's literally 2 pantheons that are left. Oh, no. No, I was blocked all this time. No, say it ain't so. That's not... Wait, is that Amina? Amina, go settle in the desert. What are you doing here, girl? I guess this is plain, so she kind of likes it. She could settle... Oh, my God. She could settle anywhere in here. Oh, no. That's terrible. Bro, we were blocked for like 3 turns down here. It was all just because we made the wrong decision on the way to go. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Go away, Amina. Go away. So I think we take this tile right here. We come down, grab that, build on this tile, come down and around. Or are we going back here? Because, wait, these aren't going to be connected to the network, are they? I'm just realizing now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yikes, dude. I guess we could have gone there, but then we're just getting shelled. Let's move that back down. We might have to put another city in here. I guess it's going to be its own city, so it's not a huge deal. We're not really worried about resource transferring. I'm just doing it. I'm just doing it. I'm so indecisive at the moment. I'll be honest, I'm a bit rusty when it comes to Civ. It's been a while since I've gone for one more turn. Okay, so we settle here. Beautiful little spot. We've unlocked the Inca. Not that it really matters. And we're also going to be building up this town, or building up this city. So we might give it a couple turns, and then we'll start, and then we'll transition it over. All right, we need to continue finding more natural wonders. That's the goal here. We're looking for every and all natural wonders. Now, we've spotted out a whole bunch of mountains. So I suspect that means that there's no more natural wonders that are mountainous, because sometimes you get like this really cool combo with Mount Everest that reveals like Mount Kilimanjaro and all the other mountains on the map, and you can find like Mount Fuji, and it just gives you a whole bunch of gold for having that, essentially. And one thing to note, I wonder if they fixed up... It's 600 gold. I wonder if they've fixed up Corona Civica or not. We've got another science over here. We're going to befriend Serta here. We're going to snipe it off him. So we're We're 1 turn ahead. Actually, we might need to speed that bad boy up. I think we might need to speed it up just because I think he'll beat us to that. I'm not 100% on it though. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're just going to add that so it's a little bit faster. And you can see the AI is already starting to really look to expand here. I think that was that settler that we saw before. And we've met Xerxes, the King of Kings. He's going to be angry at us just because we've got... We're not going to be friendly with him. We need all the influence that we can get. And we're going to assume he's far away, right? So we don't care that much if he's far away. You know, one of the things that I'm looking forward to in... Ooh, here we go. We'll go ahead. We'll take the gemstones. Actually, do gemstones really matter? I think they do. Gemstones still matter. It's just one thing to note is like we can't really transfer them out from the capital because nothing else is connected to the network. And maybe that's like the way that you're just going to have to play Isabella. Like she just doesn't really care about her network per se, like, or the cities. It's just very much based on the individual cities themselves. All right, let's move into irrigation here. Then we'll go into discipline. So from here, we've now got this settler that's complete. So we'll come up and we'll settle this. It reckons go there. I reckon come here and then just grab the flax straight up. Nice little bonus. So we'll go into the altar. We'll put the altar down over here. It's going to be a big city. And we'll grab the +1 influence. So the idea is that we want to try and make it as cheap as possible to befriend these city-states. So this is our settler. We're going to bring the settler out here. Now, the good news is that our settler can't be attacked because we're playing with the friendly city-states. So the only way our settler gets attacked is if we get declared war on. And at the moment, everyone's pretty happy with us. Let's go ahead, grab these mangoes. So now that we're at our level 3, what we can do, so we can look to now convert this over to a city. So let's go ahead. We'll do that. And our first move here is instead just going to be going straight into a granary. Is that the right call? See, this is where I'd love to have the lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli? You guys, yeah. We can't move it though. That's the trouble. That's the trouble that we've got. Is there a reason why we can't move that? Hold on. We can't move the mangoes that are in Olympia can't be moved into Olympia because it's not connected to the Empire's trade network? Well, that's one of the worst trade deals I've ever seen. That means that we have to get it connected. So we have to build a city down here. So she can't really play that way. She can only forward settle natural wonders. We still need to be connected to the network. Which means, do we give that up and instead just come down here because otherwise we're missing out on all the mangoes? I think that's the play, but it means we have to settle a suboptimal city in the south. It's just something like that, perhaps. Let's settle this first. We'll come back down for it. Okay, so we could go into Shrines of the Jinn, just because there's going to be a lot of city-states that we're taking, but I kind of don't like that. Instead, let's just go for monumental architecture. It feels a bit more genuine, bona fide, electrified that way. So it feels very weird to open up with a granary. Is there something better that we could be doing? Oh my god, there's so many things that we could be doing better. But we'll go with the granary for now. We'll take the money. We haven't found any more natural wonders. That's the other thing to note, is we're quite low on the natural wonder count. It'd be cool if you could pay people. It'd be cool if you could interact more ways with people now that I think about it, right? Like, you can't even convince people to go to war with other people yet. I think the closest that you can do is, like, befriend somebody and then war deck somebody else that's like, neighbors with them. Okay, so this is going to be our forward settler, quite literally. And how are we doing back here? I think we're doing okay. So now we take that. That's gonna... it did the bug. It did the bug. Hell yeah, brother. We never had to settle this city. So there's a bug, basically. When you connect a city to the capital, or a settlement to the capital, what happens is it creates a road. But then for some reason, that also creates a bug where you've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It should never have done it, but it did it anyway. And now Olympia is connected because of that, which means that we can now stick this in Olympia and we can now put these into the capital. Lovely. Exactly what we wanted. That's perfect. And it means we don't have to settle this suboptimal city down here. We could always do one for the flax, but remember, we're playing as Isabella and we want to try and maximize exactly how many natural wonders we are taking across this. And that's going to mean that we kind of need to save our settlements for the natural wonders. We can change policies now. Let's go ahead and see. We actually have enough right now to befriend a city-state. You're being befriended in 3 turns. You're being befriended now. I think we're just kind of befriending every single city-state. We haven't met any more. Where are all the rest of the city-states? We've only come across like 5 of them at this point. Do we try and snipe it? That'll put us to 15. No, we can't get that. This one we'll get. This one we're getting. Yeah, there's no more city-states that we can take. We're on 25 per turn. Yoink. Don't worry. Don't worry. We found it. We found it. It was a bit difficult. Okay. So let's get rid of Xenia. We'll put in priesthood for the moment. And our scout can keep scouting. Remember, scout, you know what you're looking for. You're looking for natural wonders. That's it. That's what we're looking for. Okay, so at this point, what's our goal in our city? What's the play here? We're at 4 out of 3. We're about to have irrigation come through, so that's fine. I think in the capital, we've got quite a bit of production in here. We're at 20. Oh, it's not really. 21 production is not that crazy. It's not that hot. We could go for a library. We've got the monument. Actually, the library makes sense because we're going to have big bonuses coming through shortly. So we could go for like the market. It doesn't matter which tile we choose it or which tile we put it on. They're all +3s. Wait, why are these tiles also nice? I don't know why we're getting food on these. Did they change it so that if a tile's adjacent? There's got to be something else going on here that I'm not aware of. Anyway. We could just do the library on this tile. It's not terrible. Actually, that is a rough tile. If we could the longer we leave that, the better. Let's go ahead. We'll just put the library down right smack bang there. Okay, so we haven't really found anything up towards the north. We can, if we're lucky, yeah. There's not a lot of natural wonders and not a lot of city-states. It's funny how it spawns. I guess that's the roll of the dice, isn't it? You know, random is random. That's why you can roll the dice and sometimes just get six times in a row because it's random. Okay, so next up, where are we going down this tech tree? We could look to come in and maybe take advantage of the steel technology advancement just because we're going to have lots of influence to play with. So I think that's probably a smart move. Let's keep on going. There could be natural wonders in here anywhere. Maybe the extra sight and movement makes a bit more sense as well for your scouts as Isabella. All right, let's go ahead and grab that one. So we've now got 3 natural wonder tiles worked here. How about, what if we got production for natural wonders? There's nothing in here that's really, maybe the Great Stele. It's not terrible, but we don't have a lot of land anyway. And we got other things that we can build. I think we'll just take the extra culture. Thank you for the offer though. And now we'll grab that. We'll grab survey just for the extra sight and extra movement. That's actually quite nice. Hoplite can hold position. The hoplites come through from, oh, we got our first world wonder being built. It's the Great Stele, so luckily we didn't go for it. Turn 46. What's this one? Confucius has completed a milestone for Silk Roads. So that's popped up, and is this it? Do we take our last natural wonder tile here? I think we do. That's a decent little capital, isn't it? It's really not that bad. A lot of gold is being generated here. We're at 51 gold per turn. We picked up the flax, which was pretty much the only important thing that we had going for us up here. And now we've got our next bonus that's come through. We can choose a suzerain bonus. Which way do we go? +2 science on displayed codexes. +1 science on warehouse buildings. This is a new one, of course. Both of these are new. Science buildings receive +1 science for every city-state you're a suzerain of. I think we're going to go for this one. We don't have any science buildings yet, but we will soon. And we're also going to have natural wonders soon. These are not... Oh my lord, that's not a natural wonder, but I tell you what, it definitely could be. That is an impressive tile this early. We're only on turn 46. That is quite nice. This is a bit of a forward settle. Motya. We've got a bit of a nice internal lake here. Is this even a lake? I don't even know. I guess technically it is. It's very big. We could find Thera towards the north. That's another thing that we should be looking... Oh, I didn't even realize we're traveling on the water. Gosh, look at all that line of sight we've got now all of a sudden. That makes a lot more... Oh my god, that makes a lot more sense to have that, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. I think that's an Isabella thing that we need to really be taking advantage of. What do you think the odds are? Who's going to go to war with us? At the moment, neither of them look like they're going to go to war with us. We've got another city-state down here. Oh, she's killing it. Or rather, the Medjays are killing it. He's killing it. No one's befriending it just yet. But I think, yeah, we're definitely on the right on the right track. Okay, so from here, we go for Parthenon Odeon. And we're going to put them down on this tile right here, just because that's the rough tile. There's no other places that would make it sense, so let's go ahead and do that. And we'll put the Odeon there as well. We're at 4 out of 4 on settlements. So Olympia has now finished the granary. So we can't build on this tile just yet, but once in 6 turns we will be able to. So if we can find something that syncs up with that 6 turns, we could go for the monument. That's a 5 and 1. There's no volcanoes around. Definitely the right call. The sooner we get the monument and the library up, the better. We could also look to purchase. Oops. We've run into a little bit of a problem out here. And we've met another leader. Have a look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We still haven't met them all. That's the way it should be. Oh. We would love to see your lands. Let's hope that he offers that to us. Because we would definitely like that. Yeah, it's crazy how much you can see now with this. Oh, there's another one. Frederick. Wait, are there 2 Fredericks in this game? Am I crazy? Or is this is the first one, right? Yeah, that's the first one. Oh, it's Lafayette I was thinking of. Lafayette. Okay, so we can come down the coast like this. Let's see. Hopefully, do we get the offer from Ibn Battuta? That would be really nice to have. It doesn't look like it yet. Okay, so here is the one I was hoping for, and here is the one that's really going to start to matter. +1 settlement limit, hegemon. How crazy is that for a bonus? It's a new bonus that they've added for the suzerains. Amazing. 4 out of 5? Or 4 out of 4, 4 out of 5. We can take the hoplite or the free commander promotion. I think we'll just take the hoplite, get ourselves a little bit more military, and we'll go ahead and train a commander, because we've already got one. And now I think this is where we can start to move into bronze working. We've already got gold looked after. We've already got influence looked after. So bronze working makes quite a bit of sense. Do we go down or do we just keep going across? Maybe we just keep going across at this point. It's crazy how big these continents are, but I guess, you know, you got to fit 10 people on here. A whole bunch of city-states in between. Code of laws is now through. Oratory doesn't make sense at all because we're already at 29. So that only pushes us to 31. So let's instead slot Xenia back in. We could try and take this, but we know that he's at war with them. So instead, where do you live? This has got to be like a militaristic city-state, right? Actually, that's one thing. If I click on these guys, oh, you can incite a raid. Even though they're not hostile, you can still incite a raid with them. Oh, is it? You can only incite a raid against people that they are hostile with. No valid targets? There's another city-state in here. We should come for that. There's a lot of scientific city-states, isn't there? Herson's going to get mad at us in a minute. Okay, so now that we've got Code of Laws, I think we can come down into the Mastery, look to pick up Gate of All Nations. Always going to be a safe bet with Gate of All Nations. Let's do one of these, because we can't go any further. Still haven't found those natural wonders. That's what we're looking out for. And we can do a little bit of trade. So where do we go from here? Kerma's not bad, but I think this makes the most sense. We get quite a few resources out of this. So let's do that. That's where the trader will go. In 2 turns, we're going to be able to build over the top. And we've met Ashoka. It's crazy. It's just like so many people. That's World Renouncer as well, not World Conqueror. Excuse me, just having a little bit of a drink here. I tell you what, it's been tough over these last few weeks. I've been sick for like the last 4 weeks at this point. And I've just been wanting to get better. But unfortunately, hasn't been really... I think I'm probably getting better at the moment. Obviously with regard to my health. Not with regard to Civ. With regard to Civ, I feel like I'm probably regressing here. But yeah, with regard to my health, it's frustrating. It's never fun being sick, is it? But I mean, I can't really complain that much. It could be worse. All right, thank you, Amina. It's always nice when they send you trade deals, and especially with more leaders being on the field, it means that you're likely to receive more trade deals. We could do Mundo Perdido down here as well. The only trouble is production's not the best in this city. Let's go to that tile, and then we'll hit that button. Still no natural wonders. This is kind of crazy. I'm a little bit mad. I'm a little bit mad. I'm not gonna lie. A little bit upset. That did not work. We can spot them out. Okay, so now we can finally get over here. So one thing that we can do is we could purchase a brickyard and put it there. And then by doing that, we can then do that. And then on top of that, we can then grab a library. Where would we put a library? On this tile here. So we wouldn't want to do a library there. Instead, we could do a saw pit. That's a rough tile. So let's put a Parthenon on there instead. Bring it to the top. That's going to kick that citizen out. And now we can put that citizen over here. That means that we can now slot in all the mangoes. Actually, we want to put them in here because we want food in Olympia. That's starting to look a little bit better now. Quite a lot going on in this city. Probably get a library up sooner rather than later in there. Another city-state down here, 114. Let's go. We'll be friends with them. Though I think they might be under attack or very... Yeah, they're under attack. All right. All right, good luck, boys and girls. +2 food in all settlements. How about we move our scouts and then we take that? Oh, there it is. Macha Puchari. And it's been settled. It's been triple. Every single tile is gone. Damn it. Well, at least we found it. You know, we know that we're not alone. It's nice to know that we're not alone. That's all that really matters, right? That took a while for us to find, didn't it? It really took a while. Okay, let's take a look and see. 2 culture for each city-state. I think we'll take this one right now. That's a lot of culture that's coming through. Looks like a flood has just hit in here. And we've got another... Wow, look at that. That is a defensive city-state right there. We're up to 31 influence per turn, by the way, which is very good. Okay, so let's now move this over. We'll grab the extra little bit of food. We'll take this trade deal. Thank you. And let's see. Where do we go from here? I guess we can always just move these out, right? Oh, that's a city. That's a city resource. So I guess we can't. All right, so do you give up just for that, for an extra little bit of science? I mean, science is not that important. We're at 42 science at the moment. We'll take it for now. We'll take it for now. It's a bit of a cardinal rule not to let the production go and get converted into gold. So we've now completed that. I think we want to take the codex here. Let's make sure that we go ahead and slot it. Not that it matters, but, you know, it still matters. It still matters. Do we go for... Oh, we could go for a Petra. See, the thing is... Wait, a Petra will affect these tiles, won't it? I'm not sure if a Petra will affect that tile. Do we try? I think we try for a Petra. What else would we build here? None of these are really that relevant. The garden would be nice. But I think the big goal is the Petra. The Gate of All Nations, obviously, quite nice as well. If we put it here... 1, 2. It's not that good. We could Petra here and then... Yeah, then Garden Market on that tile. It's going to take 15 turns. It feels like a really long Petra, doesn't it? Okay, so we're... Holy moly, have a look at this. There is quite a bit. No way. Oh my god. It's the 2-for-1. Oh, we could settle that. Oh, we can settle that. Get down here. Where is it? Where is she? Get over here. Oh my god. It's a bit of a stretch. It's only going to take us 11 turns. All right. We found another one. You know what we could do? We could just incorporate this city. Nah, that's not how we roll. And that's Gulfos as well. Gulfos will mean that we'll grow very quickly so we can buy more settlers from here if we find any more natural wonders over this side of the map. Have a look at the elevation that's going on this map, though. It's kind of crazy. Like, over here as well. It was... How did it allow us to move onto that tile? Strange. Well, we've moved off it now. There's more war going on here. Ashoka. I don't think we can go any further along here. So we've 2 natural wonders on our side of the map, 2 natural wonders on the far side of the map. Have a look at how big the map is down on the mini-map. It's kind of wild just how big this is. And we've got another suzerain coming through. These are really good bonuses. I like these a lot. +1 science on warehouse buildings. It's kind of cool. Because you can build lots of warehouse buildings across your empire. Why not? Let's just take it. We'll take it for the memes. Even though it might not be the optimal thing to take right now. Look at this. How are we getting out of here? I guess we'll go that way. I guess we're not going that way. It's definitely still a lot of land to be discovered. All right. What are our options? Diplo? We'll grab the Diplo point. Keep in mind, we didn't start with the Diplo point. So now that's going to push us into here. So it means that we can start befriending at 85. Actually, did we ever get that altar? We got the altar, right? Don't tell me it's bugged. Isn't our Pantheon 24? Oh, no, it's towards endeavors and sanctions. Oh. It's not. Never mind. Excuse me. Excuse me. Don't bother with this. I got so excited because we did the wrong. I'm misplaying. It's a series of misplays. We should have accepted that just so we could see his lands in the hope that maybe he has a natural wonder. No, ideally, we don't want him to have a natural wonder. So it's fine. We did the right thing. Okay. We're making a lot of culture. 88 culture per turn. We definitely want to take this for the wonders. Because as you will know, we are building a wonder. Currently. Petra. We're gunning for it. We're hoping that no one else is going to be building it. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. Are we gonna... We should be able to still settle it. I'm sure we can find a way to settle that still. Some nice tiles up here. It looks like some floods have been through. Is there anything specifically that we want to go for, that we want to prioritize? I think we just come up to these. These are quite nice. Let's go ahead and do that. So bringing it back down. Oh! Another one! Another one? Iguazu Falls? So that's +2 production on adjacent quarters. Where are we settling? We're settling down here. Okay. New goal. Where are ya? Where are ya? Get over here. Okay, all right. That's the play. Okay, so we're going to incorporate this city-state, and then we'll settle Iguazu Falls. That'll give us 4. Can we get rid of that? Thank you. Get rid of that lens. Okay, so we'll have 4 natural wonders that we can take. I'm a little bit upset that these all 3 could we conquer? Could we conquer Kusambi? We could potentially. All right, so over here, let's go. Now I'm getting excited because all of a sudden, like, and I think this is the whole shtick, right, of how Isabella is played now, because it's very much around natural wonders. You can of course play her the traditional way, right, and just like build up a big empire, but I think this is it. I'm curious to see. Get out of town. Get out of town. Get out of. How am I only seeing this? How am I only seeing this now? And more curiously, how is it turn 62 and nobody's even come knocking at your door? Wow. Okay. So we've got an option here for a specialist. Do we want to take it? Probably not. I think we're doing absolutely fine without specialists at the moment. So let's go ahead and we'll grab the pearls. That'll give us a bit of culture as well because of the proximity to Vinikunka. We could also look to come out over onto these 2. So in our... Where do we go next? We could look to go for the Among Us Maui, but we don't have... I mean, we probably will have a lot of fishing boats soon. 6 turns on Petra. Let's just go into engineering. Play it safe. Stick with what we know. Okay, scout. Oi, there's another one. Dude, it's crazy when you've got this much influence together with this many city-states and at the same time such an affordable purchase price for these guys. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Okay. Can we get through? We might be able to get through. Is there a there's still that settlement location, right? Yeah, it's right next to it. So we're definitely going to take it. Let's see, reassess now. If there's any other options for us here. Nope, there's not. I think we've still got pretty good options. And that's the last tile taken now for Mount Everest. By the way, 1,500 gold. Okay, we got to do something with this gold. The trouble is, there's nothing really that we can do with it in this town. Let's do it in this one instead. 750 feels very expensive though. Interesting settlement. Do we dare just start by purchasing a barracks? And then instead of going into that, let's go into masonry and then we'll do bronze working. And let's purchase a saw pit and a brickyard. We'll purchase the saw pit just to start out with. And then we'll build the brickyard. Oh, sorry, we'll do it the other way around. And now we can also put these in here. That's the capital, right? Does it change? It doesn't change. We should have had that in from the beginning. That's my mistake. Okay, that's okay. Incense and the happiness we can't put in. Okay. I think we're looking okay. I think we're looking pretty good. It's turned 63 at the moment. We're going to try and get this settler over here. And let's continue scouting out. We really want to try and scout the whole continent. Just because, like, there could be a Great Barrier Reef. There could be a Thera. There could be just, you know, any natural wonder somewhere. Like, no way! Amina. Ah, Amina. I didn't even think about ya. Amina. Didn't even see her. Ah, you hate to see it. That's okay. We'll go Gate of All Nations. That's fine. I'm not even mad. Not even mad. Just a little bit. I'm absolutely. It's okay. That wasn't part of the plan. It was just like, that was a side goal. We're taking these guys. We're befriending these ones as well. And we're going to incorporate these guys down here. Thank you, Lafayette. No, thank you. Okay. So, we're just looking to boost science. We could go for pilgrimage. We're not doing it. We think it's overpowered. So, we're just going to go instead for 2 science on displayed codexes, which incentivizes us to get even more codexes. Do we ask him to let us through? Or do we... My God, is that really the route? No, it's only the route because there's someone standing on the tile. Oh, we've got multiple scouts over here. Okay. We're about to take this city. We're about to build this city. We built this city on Iguazu Falls. Actually, yeah, it's Iguazu Falls. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's go back into bronze working here. And I think we look to build the barracks. There's a +2 down here. We should have extended it out. That's fine. I'm not mad. Monument. We'll do a monument, and then we'll do the barracks and library on this tile. We could look to purchase. It's still quite cheap to purchase. Did we get... We don't have any gold, do we? Huh. It's crazy how many hoplites you actually get from befriending all the military city-states. I guess that's another byproduct that you don't really think about. But obviously it's a good thing. So we've got 2 scouts, so we can go out over this way. Maybe let's go up and around instead of going down. We've got another city-state down here.
No.
Oh, Gate of All Nations. Gate of All Nations. Nah, it's only Gate of All Nations. I thought it was another natural wonder that we could have settled. Oh, you hate to see it. And we've got ourselves another city-state. Spoils of War. +1 war support. Can you imagine stacking up war support with Tubman? Like, you grab that, Gate of All Nations, and just being Tubman. I can imagine that. We'll go ahead and we'll grab the barracks. We'll put it on this tile right here. We can also put the brickyard down over here. That's actually going to be quite a bit of help. Let's do that first. Then we can do the garden and market down here. Actually, there's a 7 over here. And a 6. And the fishing key over here. And then that sorts that city out for now. We want more production. Prioritize production. We're going to go put it down there. Even though there's an active volcano, which I absolutely detest. And we'll put that next to it. Do we just purchase? I think we just purchase. It's not like we've got a whole bunch of really good cities that we're just going to be building up. It's not like we're playing Catherine. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's not that many optimal cities for us to be saving our gold for. Except for this one. Except for this one. Except for this one. Ladies and gentlemen, our third natural wonder of the day, it is Iguazu Falls. If we take a look back towards the main base, yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. Now you can see exactly how Isabella is meant to be played. This is the new way Isabella is played. Because you're going to be scaling over the course of the game. And remember, these increase as you go up in age. And as you go up in age, you'll obviously have more settlements. So I think the whole idea is that you're just going to be forward settling natural wonders across the map. So our next goal is down here. So we're going to be looking to incorporate them. But unfortunately, in today's episode, we will not be doing that. We will leave it here. Hopefully you've enjoyed this first look at the new Isabella, the brand new patch. If you have, of course, I encourage you, leave a like down below. If you've got any questions, any feedback, any criticism, leave a comment. And of course, if you're looking forward to more Civilization 7 content, make sure you hit the subscribe button because there is always time for one more turn.